Good day, everyone. We are the Group 3 presenter to tackle about our lesson, which is entitled The Sexual Self. I am the first reporter. I am Kylie D. Gabonales. The objectives of this lesson is the diversity of sexual behavior, understanding human sexual response, identifying sexual orientations, differentiating love from lust, and lastly, identifying the advantages and disadvantages of family planning. First, development of secondary sex characteristics and the human reproductive system. Soon after the fertilization of an egg, the development of the reproductive system begins. For example, for that, approximately 1 month after conception, primordial gonads also begin to develop. So at this stage, rapid reproductive development happens inside the mother's womb, but when the child is born, until he or she reaches puberty, there is little change in the reproductive system. Next, development of the sexual organs in the embryo and fetus. So the female sex is considered the fundamental sex because if a particular chemical prompting is absent, all fertilized eggs will develop into females. For a fertilized egg to become male, a cascade of chemical reactions must be present initiated by a single gene in the male chromosome called the SRY or sex-determining region of the Y chromosome. So, for females do not have any Y chromosome, hence they do not have the SRY gene or Lumen Learning Courses or WEB. So in this case, both the male and female embryos have the same group of cells that will potentially develop into male or female gonads or sex glands. However, the presence of the SRY gene initiates the development of the testes while suppressing the vital genes for female development. So the next part is the further sexual development occurs at puberty. So puberty is the stage of development. Puberty is the stage of development at which individuals become sexually mature. And the outcome of puberty is different for boys and girls, but the hormonal process is similar. Moreover, though the timing of these changes varies for every individual, the sequence of changes for boys and girls is predictable, resulting in adult physical characteristics and the capacity to reproduce. So puberty can be separated into 5 stages. The characteristics for each stage vary for girls and boys. In stage 1, puberty stages in girls. Approximately between the ages 8 and 11, the ovaries enlarge and hormone production starts, but external development is not yet visible. And puberty stages in boys, approximately between the ages 9 and 12, no visible signs of development occur, but internally, male hormones become a lot more active. Sometimes a growth spurt begins at this time. Spurt means gush out in a sudden. For stage 2, puberty stages in girls, approximately between the ages 8 and 14, the first external sign of puberty is usually breast development. At first, breast buds development. The nipples will be tender and elevated. Next, the area around the nipple or the urole will increase in size. The first stage of pubic hair may also be present at this time, and also it may be coarse and curly or fine and straight. And lastly, height and weight increase at this time. the body gets rounder and curvier. So for puberty stages in boys, approximately between ages 9 and 15, height increases and the shape of the body changes. Muscle tissue and fat development at this time also. Then the urole, the dark skin around the nipple, darkens and increases in size. The testicles and scrotum grow, but the penis probably does not. A little bit of pubic hair begins to grow at the base of the penis. Next is the stage 3. Puberty stages in girls, approximately between the ages 9 and 15, breast growth continues and pubic hair gets coarser and darker. During at this stage also, whitish discharge from the vagina may be present. Then, for some girls, the first menstrual period begins at this time. Next is the stage 3 of puberty stage in boys. Approximately between the ages 11 and 16, the penis starts to grow during this time, and it tends to grow in length rather than width. So pubic hair is getting darker and coarser and spreading to where the legs meet the torso. Also, boys continue to grow in height, and even their faces begin to appear more mature. The shoulders broaden, making the hips look smaller, and muscle tissue increases, and the voice starts to change and deepen. Finally, the facial hair begins to develop on the upper lip. For stage 4, in puberty in stages for girls, approximately between the ages 10 to 16, for some girls, notice that their areoles get even darker and separate into a little mound rising above the rest of the breast. So in this case, pubic hair may begin to have a more adult triangular pattern of growth. If it did not happen in stage 3, menarche or first menstruation should start now. Ovulation may start now too, but it will not necessarily occur on a regular basis, or it may be possible to have regular periods even if ovulation does not occur every month. For stage 4 in puberty for boys, approximately between the ages 11 to 17, at this time, the penis starts to grow in width. The testicle and scrotum also continue to grow, and hair may begin to grow on the anus. And the texture of the penis becomes more adult-looking, and the underarm and facial hair increases as well. The first fertile ejaculations typically appear at approximately 15 years of age, but this age can vary widely across individuals for boys. And lastly, skin gets oilier and the voice continues to deepen. And lastly, for the stage 5, puberty in stages for girls, approximately between the ages 12 to 19, this is the final stage of development. So full height is reached and young women are ovulating regularly, and pubic hair is filled in, and the breasts are developed fully for the body. And for the boys, puberty for boys, approximately between the ages 14 to 18, boys reach their full adult height. Pubic hair and the genitals look like an adult man's do. At this point, too, shaving is a necessity, and for some young men, continue to grow past this point even to their 20s.